Hi, this is Brendan from Auto Training, and in this trainer tutorial we look at the learning outcomes for TLI 41218. The qualification that we're looking at today is TLI 41218, the Certificate 4 in Transport and Logistics, Road Transport, Car Driving Instruction. What are learning outcomes? Learning outcomes describe the measurable skills, abilities, knowledge, or values that students should be able to demonstrate as a result of completing a course. They are student-centered rather than teacher-trainer-centered, in that they describe what the students will do, not what the instructor will teach. TLI41218, operate commercial vehicle. The training instructor is required to demonstrate the skills and knowledge required to maintain the safety of and to operate a commercial vehicle across a variety of job roles. In this instance, the job role that we're looking at is car driving instructor. This includes monitoring traffic and associated equipment, managing vehicle condition and performance, and effectively managing hazardous situations. Driving must be carried out in accordance with relevant state, territory roads and traffic authority licence requirements and regulations. Driving is performed with limited supervision and with duty of care responsibility for self and others in achieving the prescribed outcomes. Let's take a look at the next unit, TLI C3036, Apply Safe Car Driving Behaviours. The training instructor is required to demonstrate the skills and knowledge required for higher order safe driving. This includes higher order skills involving broad cognitive, technical, communication, and vehicle management. It also requires knowledge about hazard perception, risk control and safe driving behaviour, judgment, decision making and multitasking that builds on driver license requirements across a range of vehicles and driving situations. TLI M4001, develop safe car driving behaviours in others. The training instructor is required to demonstrate the skills and knowledge required to teach learner drivers from diverse backgrounds how to develop, monitor, and maintain safe car driving strategies and behaviours. This unit includes recognising and dealing with behavioural barriers to learning, developing vehicle operation and control skills, interpreting and applying regulatory requirements and road law expertise. It also includes developing higher order cognitive and technical skills such as hazard perception, correctly reading a driving environment and responding appropriately, exercising risk management strategies that contribute to safe car driving behaviours, and meeting community expectations. Developing safe car driving behaviours in others involves the application of adult learning principles, instructional methods, training competence and experience, higher order car driving experience, navigation skills, road law expertise, and routine procedures and regulatory requirements across a range of operational situations and a variety of driving contexts. Next unit, TLI M0001, conduct learner driver training. The training instructor is required to demonstrate the skills and knowledge required to teach learner drivers from diverse backgrounds how to prepare, explain, demonstrate, and monitor and maintain safe car driving skills. This includes preparing a learner for driving, explaining driver training outcomes, demonstrating required skills, monitoring and maintaining safe driving skills, interpreting and applying road rules, debriefing learner drivers, and identifying hazardous situations and implementing contingency plans. Learner driver training involves the application of adult learning principles, instructional methods, training competence and experience, higher order car driving expertise, navigation skills, road law expertise, routine procedures and regulatory requirements across a range of operational situations and a variety of driving contexts. BSB RKG 304, maintain business records. The trainee instructor is required to demonstrate the skills and knowledge required to maintain the records of a business or records system in good order on a day-to-day basis. It applies to individuals who follow established guidelines and processes to assist them to carry out their work. They work under supervision or in consultation with more senior staff or system users to support effective record keeping and governance practices across the organisation. TAE DES 401, design and develop learning programs. The trainee instructor is required to demonstrate the skills and knowledge required to conceptualize, design, develop, and review learning programs to meet an identified need for a group of learners. The unit addresses the skills and knowledge needed to identify the parameters of a learning program, determine its design, outline the content, and review its effectiveness. The trainee instructor is required to demonstrate the skills and knowledge required to conceptualize, design, and develop and review learning programs to meet an identified need for a group of learners. The unit addresses the skills and knowledge needed to identify the parameters of a learning program, determine its design, outline the content, and review its effectiveness. TLI41218, follow work health and safety procedures. The trainee instructor is required to demonstrate the skills and knowledge required to follow and apply work health and safety, WHS, occupational health and safety, OHS, procedures when carrying out work activities in compliance with the relevant WHS, OHS regulations and procedures. It includes following workplace procedures for hazard identification and risk control, contributing to WHS and OHS management arrangements, and completing WHS, OHS records. Work is performed under some supervision, generally within a team environment. It involves applying established work health safety and occupational health safety and hazard minimization principles and procedures to conduct workplace activities. Work in a socially diverse environment, TLI G2007. The training instructor is required to demonstrate the skills and knowledge required to apply cultural awareness, communication principles, and problem-solving techniques to facilitate working in a socially diverse environment. This is done in accordance with workplace procedures, relevant anti-discrimination and equal employment opportunity regulations. It includes communicating with customers and colleagues from diverse backgrounds and dealing with cross-cultural misunderstandings. Work is performed with limited or minimum supervision, with some accountability and responsibility for self and others in achieving the prescribed outcomes. TLI I1002, apply customer service skills. The training instructor is required to demonstrate the skills and knowledge required to apply routine customer service skills in accordance with workplace standards and procedures. It includes dealing with customer inquiries, monitoring customer satisfaction, and taking appropriate action to satisfy customer needs. It involves implementing customer service principles and procedures in day-to-day interactions with internal and external customers as part of workplace operations. TLI L2060, complete induction to the transport industry. The trainee instructor is required to demonstrate the skills and knowledge required to complete workplace induction procedures when commencing work in the transport and logistics industry, in accordance with regulatory requirements and operational policies and procedures. The unit enables a driver to enter and participate in typical workplace activities. It includes identifying major areas of the industry in terms of functions, organizational structures and occupations, applying legislation, regulations and codes of practice, and identifying key industrial relations elements. This unit applies to all employees wishing to enter the transport and logistics industry. However, it is predominantly aimed at taxi to multi-combination drivers. It can also be used within the warehousing and logistics sectors of the industry. Work is performed with limited or no supervision and with full accountability and responsibility for self and others in achieving the prescribed outcomes. TLI41218, Manage Personal Work Priorities and Professional Development. The trainee instructor is required to demonstrate the skills and knowledge required to manage personal work priorities and personal professional development. It includes managing personal performance, setting and meeting personal work priorities, and developing and maintaining personal professional competence. Work is performed under minimum supervision with general guidance on progress and outcomes. It involves discretion and judgment in managing personal work priorities and professional development. Work generally involves responsibility for resource coordination and allocation and provides leadership of others individually or in teams. Thanks for watching. This has been Brendan from Watto Training.